make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. This is for young black man. Keep moving. You know, your grade is more important than the teacher. So for all you cats who high school, college, trade school, military training, stuff like that. Any kind of certification, this, that, and the third. Your grade is more important than the teacher. So, true story. I'm gonna get it to you this way. When I was in high school, I took a chemistry class, and in this chemistry class, this particular teacher did not like black teenage boys in particular, black boys in particular. Predominantly black school, white teacher, but the class had predominantly black, few Hispanics, and like one or two white people. Predominantly black school. In this particular class, two of my friends, brother and sister, but they were like, paternal twins. So they're twins, but one boy and one girl. You know, the twins that don't look alike, right? I had two sets. I had that group. I had two sets of friends like that, but this particular group. But these two were very, very smart. The other two were too. But these two were very close in the sense that they study together. They take the same classes. They do their homework together. You know, normally they don't sit by each other doing tests like that, but normally they got the same answers and they get the same grades, like the same grades. She get an A, he get an A. He get a B, she get a B. That type of thing. They were honor roll students. And they would go home, they don't have the same grades. Same answers, don't have the same grades. Same tests, same answers, don't have the same grades. So on homework, you don't get the same grades for the same answers. And on tests, you don't get the same grades for the same answers. And then all of a sudden, can't play that. Then the test and homework comes up missing for black boys in particular. I'm in this class. I'm watching this lady. You know, and I'm one of those people, I'm like, okay, I got you. Parents are are mad, but they're mad at the kids because she's one of those half-truth people. Your son was acting very scary and intimidating. And it's just as hard to teach him in my class. And you know what most parents do? Boy, you need to get it together. And it's like, no. She been playing games. She's playing games without scores. It's just us black boys. But I'm watching her. I'm like, all right. And I've told this story before, I believe. But I'm getting in depth with it for you fellas. So I'm watching her because when I leave the class, she takes the homework and the test scores and she puts them in the drawer, but she only puts the black boy stuff in this particular drawer. So everybody else can get their homework and their test back. You know. So I'm watching it because she don't know I'm watching it. Because you know how classroom doors are where it has the little window. So I see it because her back's turned when she's doing it. I know what she's on. So one day I walk into class and say, okay, I'm done. And I was like, look, I know you don't like us or whatever, but you're gonna give me the right grade. You're going to stop lying. You didn't turn in your work and you guys don't turn in your work and you're complaining. So I get up out of my desk. You know, I walk to, it's a chemistry class, so you have her desk facing the class, our desk, and to the side is where you do your lab work. So the side is by the window. So I walk to the lab part, open the drawer because she didn't lock it, pulled out the papers, bam, put them on her desk. This our homework and our test. So you saying we don't have grades and stuff not turned in? Why? That's because you not doing them. And did it in front of the whole class. Those twins, part of the class. You know, so sis had to go home with brother and say, Daddy, Mama, this is what happened today. Now, I passed the class and wound up being an honors class, but she gave me a C. You can't go to an honors class with a C. So I knew what happened. You know, they were just being unfair. But Here's the thing. Had to tell my son this last year. Teacher don't like you. You know the best thing you could do? Pass the class. Because if you don't like them and they don't like you, you might have to do a little extra work to pass the class. You know why? Because you don't want to see them again in your life. If somebody don't like you, and it's about your grade, not the teacher, pass the class. Don't you, look at that person like, I'm going to come here, I'm going to pay attention, I'm going to write everything down, I'm going to make sure my homework's turned out, make sure everything, and even when you try to cite me on these grades, I'm going to pass this class, because I don't ever want to see you a day again in my life. Ever. I'm going to hate your class so much I'll never see you again. So it's about the grade. It's not about the class. And I say that to say this. For people who don't realize this, I had another teacher, and this was by mistake. I will say this. In college, I had a teacher who was like, listen, if y'all could pass the class, if y'all could pass the final on the first day you leave, gotta be that day in the class. Had another teacher who was like, hey, I'm gonna give you what you earn. You mess up, that's on you. And I would get mad, but I'm like, I messed up, it's on me. I had to take that class twice in college. But I passed the second time. He was a good dude. But he's a teacher, I'm gonna be hard on you. You're gonna know this stuff when you leave. Appreciate him to this day. Had another teacher. I passed this class and I passed this class and got a bad grade. I passed with a C, but I didn't have a C. But I figured it out. We figured it out. I had a teammate. My first and last name is his last and first name. So he gave him my grade and I wound up getting his. But it was all right. But we both passed the class. You know what I'm saying? So, but whatever you do to move forward in life, just pass the class, man. Pass it. And don't do nothing crazy out of spite to hurry up, because if it's a certificate, like if it's something like trade, don't hurt yourself because you're mad. Get it right, be meticulous, take your time even when you're frustrated, pass the class. It's about the grade, not the teacher. So like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.